Chapter 15 of Puss in Boots Jr. in Fairyland. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Puss in Boots Jr. in Fairyland by David Cory. Dapple. When Puss woke up the next morning, Mother Goose had already flown away on her gander. So he started off on foot, and by he came to a place where the road turned to the right and to the left at the same time. Wasn't that queer? And one sign said, "To Raspberryville," and the other, "To Lollipop Town." And while he stood wondering which way to turn, a little rocking horse whose name was Dapple Gray came up the road, and when he saw Puss Jr., he said, "I'm a little rocking horse whose name is Dapple Gray, so jump into my saddle and ride a mile away. You need not use a whip or lash, for I will go so fast you'll think you're on a train of cars that whiz the stations past." And of course Puss jumped right into the saddle and rode off down the road to the right until they came to a bridge where the tollman charged him a penny to cross. "Why do you charge a penny?" asked Puss. "It seems to me a farthing is enough." But the tollman said no, and so Puss took out a penny. I suppose they charged a penny because he was riding Dapple Gray. Don't you think so? Well, by and by, after they had gone for maybe a mile or more, they came to an old gander who was standing near the road, quacking like a steam radiator out of order. "Goosey, goosey, gander, why do you quack?" asked Puss, pulling up Dapple Gray until he stood on his hind legs and pawed the air with his front hoofs. "Because I'm sorrowful," said the old gander. "I made a bad mistake after leaving you." "Tell me about it," said Puss, and got down from his pony and tickled the poor miserable gander under his chin. But even then he wouldn't smile. "Well, you see, I wandered upstairs, and just as I was standing outside my master's door, somebody took me by the left leg and threw me downstairs. Were you ever thrown downstairs, Sir Cat?" And the poor old gander looked at Puss as much as to say it was an awful thing to have happened to one. "Yes, I was," replied the little traveler. "Cinderella's cruel sisters once knocked me down their cellar stairs and shut me up in the cellar. That was even worse than what happened to you, for I didn't get out for a long time, and my, oh my, it was dark in that damp cellar." When the old gander heard this, he brightened up a bit. "Yes," went on Puss, seeing he was making the old gander feel better by talking about himself, "I would still be there, I think, if Cinderella hadn't opened the cellar door." End of chapter 15.